Ohio State has done it once again. They just landed the #1 quarterback in the 2024 class, Julian Sayin. And with this, Ohio State, like I said in a previous video already, have set themselves up not only for this year, but for multiple years to come in order to compete and win a national championship. Julian Sayin is a fantastic quarterback who honestly might even compete for the starting job. I don't think he's going to win it necessarily in his first year, but could he? Maybe. Let's see how it all goes and how it all plays out. That quarterback room right now is a lot deeper than many may think. We're going to talk about that in this video and a whole lot more. But before we do that, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, like, and also comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Ohio State. There's a few things that we need to talk about in this video because I think someone is potentially on the hot seat. You already know who that is if he does not get it done with this roster. There's NIL things we also need to discuss, and so let's get into that. So help a brother out, subscribe, like, and also comment. Now let's get into this video. Now with that being said, let's get into the reasons on why Julian Sayin says that he chose Ohio State. And it reads, incredibly excited to join the team here at Ohio State, Sayin told ESPN on Sunday. I held this program in high regard throughout my entire recruiting process, and I'm looking forward to learning from some of the most talented players and coaches in college football and contributing to our team's success. And it was also stated that his relationship with the newly hired offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien played a small part into his decision on why he chose Ohio State. Now, Bill O'Brien doesn't strike me as a guy who just seals the deals on prospects, but maybe I'm wrong. And if that's the case and truly the case, then hey, good job, Bill O'Brien. You have succeeded in your first task at Ohio State. Hold up. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, hey, they believe that the reason Julian Sayin left was because Ohio State simply gave him more money. And that could be true. We haven't seen any NIL numbers come out for any of these players as of yet. But at the same time, it is very interesting to see Bill O'Brien's name brought up when it comes to the recruiting process. And I do want to share with you guys something funny that I saw on Twitter. If you're not following Lane Kiffin on Twitter, I don't care if you're not an Ole Miss fan, you need to go and follow Kiffin on Twitter. Let me show you this tweet he posted, and this was before Julian Sayin committed to Ohio State. This was not a retweet, but he tweeted this link right here, and it says, report, Ohio State Buckeyes spend $13 million and counting in NIL money in attempt to field elite roster per Gridiron Heroics. Now, I don't know much about Gridiron Heroics. It could be a complete laughable matter, or it may be a statement that is very credible. I don't know that. Let me know down below in the comment section. But I think it is super hilarious that Lane Kiffin, out of all people, the head coach of Ole Miss, would post that link. And a lot of times when things go down, Lane Kiffin is not shy to express what is on his mind at the time. And that's why I think the fella, at the least, is hilarious. So with that being said though, congratulations to Ohio State. Shout out to Julian Sayin. You used to be at Alabama, and I wish you nothing but the best. Why? I am an Alabama fan, and it's all good. Some reason a lot of these kids believe that Alabama fans just hate the fact that you left. No. Would we have loved to have you here? Yes, of course. Your talent is undeniable, but at the same time, like I said in multiple videos, you have to do what you see is best and what you think is best for your career and your time right now. But the one thing that baffles me about this situation is Julian Sayin is going to be going somewhere where the quarterback room is actually pretty strong for the future. You look at this, you have Will Howard, of course we know this. You have Devin Brown, who is entering his third season. He probably won't see much time unless somebody get hurt or something like that. But as you look down the list, you have Lincoln Kienholz. I'm not exactly sure if I said their name right, but the one that interests me the most is the fact that you have Sayin and Noland on here as well, a 5-star who is in the same class as Julian Sayin. So he will be competing with a lot of guys for playing time in this quarterback room, the same thing that he would have been doing at Alabama. So the notion that he didn't want to compete inside the quarterback room, I think, has been debunked right now, because Ohio State is dealing with something similar to Alabama. So you let me know what you think the reason was, the deciding factor to him leaving. Hold up. This is an insert into this video. I forgot something while I was recording this video. They also have the #1 wide receiver in this class coming as well. I just wanted to say that. Now let's get back to the video. let's just look at Ohio State as a whole as we see them in this current moment. Ohio State is bringing back a lot of kids this year, and I thought I saw something that said 9 on the defensive side of the ball. This name list could change, but this is what I saw. It may be different when you watch this video, I don't know, but what I do know is they're bringing back a lot of people who could have maybe left or potentially went to the draft. And so with that being said, there will be a lot of experience on this Ohio State team. On top of that, you bring in Will Howard, you bring in Judkins, you bring in Calif Downs. You should be very, very good offensively. You should be very, very good defensively. You should be great overall. And so this team has all of the talent that it needs in order to succeed, in order to win a natty this season. And so where are the question marks? Where are the things that may potentially hinder this team's ability to win a natty this year? To me, if they don't win, I have to look at the coach. You have every single thing you need to win a national championship this year. And I'm not a Ryan Day hater, but what I'm saying is if somebody gives you a Lambo and you cannot outrun a Ford Focus, then something's wrong with your driving skills. And this could be the case. I'm not saying that he should be fired right now. I might even give him one more year after this year. If you can't win with this group in the next 2 years, you may not be the right guy. But I do want to say this wonderful thing about Ryan Day. The man can recruit his off. The man knows how to recruit. He can get players to come and play for his team. I have seen it time and time again. But now it's time for him to cash in. That's all I'm saying. And I will say this. I'm not a big fan of the Bill O'Brien hire. However, I think Ryan Day's biggest problem is he's not necessarily, or at least it doesn't look like to me, a authoritarian. I could be wrong. Ohio State fans, inform me if I am. And Bill O'Brien strikes me as more of that guy. So maybe Bill O'Brien in some weird way can be the yin to the yang. And if that's the case, you might just be cooking up something special. You have to beat Michigan, and within the next 2 to 3, you have to win a natty. It's just that simple. You may call it hating. I call it the expectations that you Ohio State fans should have for your program anyway. Not like the talent isn't there. The talent is all across the board. You see it on paper, you see it coming together, and a lot of these kids are not kids who you think are going to be good. They're kids that you know are already going to be good. Have we seen Julian Sayin play? We haven't seen that yet. But for the rest of that team, for Calif Downs coming in, for Judkins coming in, we've seen them play before. So there are no excuses for Ryan Day. There are no excuses for the coaching staff. We're going to see how this thing plays out, and I'm not a Ryan Day hater. Like I said, I think you should even give him one more year after this. But he's on the clock as the coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, because when you assemble this much talent, there's a lot of expectations that come with it. The clock is ticking. I see y'all in the next video. Let me know what you think about Ryan Day. Let me know what you think about the acquisition of Julian Sayin. Like, comment, also subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.